Ever pondered the challenges healthcare institutions face in dealing with complex and unstructured data? Let's dive into one such problem and its resolution provided by Blackcoffer, a leading research institution in the Middle East with a focus on healthcare, medical devices, biotechnology, and pharma, found itself grappling with a unique problem. They were seeking to find a link between the amount of blood loss represented by delta hemoglobin and patient readmission rates. Further, they wanted to identify potential predictors for increased delta hemoglobin and blood transfusion. The data they had was complex, unstructured, and spanned across electronic health records and patient treatment data. Drawing actionable insights from this dataset was like finding a needle in a haystack. Enter Blackcoffer, a company with a global team of experts and a rich experience of 12 years in the field. They started by performing statistical modeling using R, a statistical programming language. They first undertook an exploratory statistical analysis to measure descriptive statistics of the dataset, calculating standard deviation, mean, trimmed mean, mean absolute deviation, skewness, kurtosis, and standard error for continuous data. They reported contingency tables for factor variable types such as gender and fusion level. Then they performed multivariate analyses to build and test the statistical model. They calculated model estimates, standard errors, z-value, p-value, and odds ratio using logistic regression techniques. It hypothesized that a given outcome of interest, in this case, increased delta hemoglobin and blood transfusion rate, is affected or influenced by more than one factor. The risk factor for the response variable, that is, transfusion, was calculated by performing a chi-square test on the multivariate logistic regression model. The result? Blackcoffer designed and implemented multivariate models with 95% accuracy and risk factor models with the same degree of certainty. Predictive models were created with a staggering 99% confidence level. They studied demographic and clinical data, reported risk factors for transfusion, and implemented multivariate logistic regression to discover drivers for the association of transfusion with adverse outcomes. They even visualized estimated blood loss versus delta hemoglobin in short and long fusions. So, to recap, the problem was complex and unstructured data that was difficult to analyze. The solution provided by Blackcoffer was a systematic and scientific approach using statistical modeling and logistic regression. The impact was clear. A high degree of accuracy in the models created a better understanding of risk factors and visualized data for easier comprehension. Blackcoffer's solution not only solved the immediate problem but also provided the research institution with a roadmap for dealing with similar challenges in the future. Now that's what we call a win-win situation.